because this week we celebrated National Self-Care Day. Um, Mr. Wonderful is in the house. Um, we celebrated National Self-Care Day this week, and so I'm just going to piggyback on that. This one is titled First Firing. No, it's titled Dark Places, which deals with hashtag First Firing. I have happened to be, I've been fired a lot. If it's not a good fit and it's not working out, or if folks start coming out of bags with things that were not in my job description, I do push back. It's been going on a long time. This story was taken from 1986. I was a new wife and a new mother, respectively, working at this really big institution and without mentorship. And I do believe that folks coming straight out of school should be paired with a mentor on a job, really, if the goal is success. So Dark Places, hashtag First Firing. In May of 1986, I was newly married and became a mother on October 1st. I was in my first full-time job as a new graduate, having matriculated with a BS in communications that June. My job at the University of Michigan was interesting. I was hired by the sweetest Filipino woman I've ever met, but I wasn't a good fit for my supervisors. I was one of two staff persons assigned to work the world. We responded to inquiries and administered the ELA and TOEFL exams to hopeful students the globe over, especially those in war-torn Middle East, where so many wanted to come to America. Teresa, my white office mate, became a friend. A little older, she'd done some world travels on a human rights path and had fallen in love with a local during an exchange program to India. She wove a beautiful story of love. I leaned in to hear how loving him had put distance between her and her family. I frowned in disappointment. Their baby boy was absolutely adorable and well-loved. How could anyone dispute their love? At 22, I was outdone at her treatment and by her own people. She gifted me with gently used baby clothes and toys. She was a joy to work with. I loved listening to travel stories. With two white feminist supervisors who lacked intersectionality suave, I was doomed. I had a meltdown at work and requested to see the university psychiatrist. Two young white male doctors offered a consultation session. Unfortunately, they couldn't comprehend my particular shade of blue. I was overwhelmed with everything. I felt like I was sinking in quicksand. The stark whiteness of the campus and adjusting to my roles as wife and mother were taking a toll. Sitting with those men, offering up my spirited woes to beings who couldn't relate one iota to Black struggle, heightened my anxiety. I think I was there for 6 months tops. U of M started a career of my being fired for qualified or overqualified positions that I experienced prejudice in keeping. My two white female supervisors were typical in their privilege. One pulled her daughter out of school to accompany the family to China for 2 weeks because her husband was to present a paper. Unheard of in my world at the time. My next gig was with a country and western radio station as the contest communications person and glorified receptionist in downtown Ann Arbor. The dude that purchased Domino's was the owner. I was still the only black face, but a couple of hippie types worked there who made it tolerable. I pushed through. Maybe coming from Detroit, where I experienced black pride and leadership, made it hard to maneuver white spaces. I can work with anyone who's fair. If not, it doesn't do it for me. I've long been a fighter for Black liberation. It's who I am. This is taken from Root Work Triumph Over Trauma, which is available at cmaniwilliams.com. If you prefer the audiobook version, you can find that on Audible. I hope that you are practicing self-care, not just this week, but every single day. Your peace of mind should be just your place to go and to have, and it is not to be fucked with by anyone for any reason. Handle that. Mr. Wonderful, I want to thank you for stopping through, and this will be live for those who were not able to catch it in the first run. All right, have a beautiful day, be safe, and stay hydrated. Peace and love.